But to be very candid with you, personal and candid perspective. Yeah, I am very candid. Look, I'm being very candid. I am being candid.
Kamala Harris is back, and this time with a book. And just when you think it could not get any worse, she manages to stir up controversy once again and set off a new wave of backlash.
She is so unpopular, you can't even believe it.
But this woman just is not talented. She is not skilled.
He's saying absolutely nothing about anything.
Today's not about politics, that's not my thing, but there's one thing that Kamala does over and over again, and it destroys her authenticity. Even if she insists that she's honest and, in her own words, candid.
But to be very candid with you,
it's not just her word salads that you're about to see today, and maybe you've never even heard of Kamala. Do let me know in the comments. But what you're about to see is a real problem that not only makes people lose trust, but these are great examples of what not to do if you want to be more likable and authentic. So let's begin.
unemployment is up, inflation is up, the cost of groceries is up, inflation is up, the cost of food is up, unemployment is up.
Hello?
Prices are higher, the cost of food is higher, inflation is higher, unemployment is higher.
3 different interviews in the same week, and Kamala repeats the exact same words in the exact same way every single time. And that's when the problem starts. And on a quick side note, welcome to my channel. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Just hit the like and subscribe and the hype button, and let's continue. Kamala repeats herself over and over and over again, and it's so identical that it starts to sound scripted and rehearsed or even fake.
Really wasn't unprecedented, that it is unprecedented. What is unprecedented, it's unprecedented. I am always going to be part of the fight.
Okay.
I'm absolutely going to be part of the fight.
Yeah.
Believe and to fight for that, and you got to fight fire with fire. Yeah. Thinking about what the fight is, talk about where the fight must go. I think this is a moment where you got to fight fire with fire. Whether they have the fight in them to fight what we know to be wrong, but also the fight to fight for something.
Repetition can be very powerful when it's done correctly and intentional. It can make a point stick or emphasize a key message or make people remember it. But when it's just repeating without any clarity or emotion, it just doesn't connect. It feels vague, empty, unnatural, and people notice.
He lied, and he lied to them. He lied.
That's what he said.
He lied.
But this woman just is not talented. She is not skilled.
Oh my God, she is the least inspirational figure ever, like literally in US history.
And she blows it. She can't even do a friendly interview.
Kamala doesn't just do it once or twice, but so often it's a pattern. She showed it already during her election back in the days.
I took on perpetrators of all kinds. 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 I took on perpetrators of all kinds.
I'm not here to criticize Kamala, that's not my intention. But she's such a clear example of how words affect our authenticity. And please do share your take on this. Does she sound real or rehearsed?
Would you have done something differently?
There is not a thing that comes to mind. And yeah, there are things I would do differently. I mean, just again, to be very candid.
The more times she says she's so candid, the harder it becomes for people to believe it, because it starts to feel like a performance instead of a genuine conversation. It's very similar to Meghan Markle, if you know her. She keeps repeating that she's so authentic, and the more times she says the word authentic, the less authentic she comes across.
Organically and authentically. I think the authenticity is authentically, organically, but also to be authentic.
You can watch more of Meghan's painful words and behaviors on my channel, but the point here is that a genuine conversation, it should not feel so forced, rehearsed, or scripted. On a side note, all of these interviews are about promoting her book. But if you look at the Amazon reviews, they're not exactly glowing. a waste of money, unbearable, inauthentic. Now, to be fair, it's pretty normal to have good and bad reviews. I've published books too, but for me, I never wanted it to be a big publicity thing. But for Kamala, her sales and reviews, they matter. And some of the comments are pretty harsh.
Kamala Harris's new memoir of the 24 election is called 107 Days, but it should have been called Everyone Sucks But Me.
She is so unpopular, you can't even believe it.
She was at -5 points, not exactly great, but pretty close to the 0 mark, right? But now, down under she goes. She's at -13 points. That's
I do wonder if you would read her story of those 107 days. Do let me know in the comments. But let's go back to what Kamala says, because it's so much more than just her repetitions that destroy her authenticity. It's also her word salads.
You know, the children of the community are the children of the community.
Yeah.
What did she just say? I could just as easily say something like, the people in the room are the people in the room. The viewers, you, of this video are the viewers of this video. It makes zero sense. It has zero meaning.
And feel a sense of communal responsibility and community.
Yeah.
Her word salads, they create confusion and bring the necessary backlash.
I listened to Kamala Harris for 90 seconds, and I actually feel like I've gotten dumber in the process.
Instead of sounding powerful and confident, it makes her less believable.
Someone who does not participate in piling on. And I was not going to pile on. And there was a lot of piling on.
In every conversation, whether it's in an interview or on a stage or even having coffee with a friend, the way we use our words, it matters. And repetitions without any intention or just empty word salads, they don't taste good and they certainly don't feel authentic. And that's why I focused on Kamala. Not to discuss politics, but because she's an example of what not to do and how you can come across as rehearsed and scripted. And please do let me know your take on this. And also let me know who else I could analyze or compare. And talking about comparisons, if you haven't seen the huge contrast between Meghan Markle and Victoria Beckham, you're missing out. So click on the link below or it'll pop up here and I'll see you in that video.